Hey everyone, how's it going? I almost didn't make this live because I felt like me going on my lives was being used as a litmus test by my torturers to see exactly how their torture was going. So I, don't- I almost didn't do this live, but I decided to do it not so that I could come on here and vent, but to empathize and to kind of let other targets know that they're not alone, even though a good number of us know that the numbers of targets that are aware of their targeting are growing. Thank God for that. The awareness that has been surrounding these unlawful experimentations and this Gestapo bullshit and this whatever it is, Zong, whatever it is. All right. It's Zong, but I'm not trying to get into the technicalities now. But I just wanted to connect with Havana syndrome victims and targets and all of you and just say, like, if you go through random bouts of anger, it's important that you don't feel ashamed of yourselves. Really think logically about what you are going through. Let's think about this logically. Let's take our emotions out of it for just 1 second and think about what you are going through logically, just purely on a logical level. You are being hit with either satellite weaponry or stationary weaponry every single day of your lives. Your organs are being deliberately manipulated towards shutting down. You've experienced bone loss. You've experienced loss of brain tissue matter over the years. So you're going through all of this. That would be bad enough. That would be bad enough. That would already be terrible. But on top of that, your nervous system is being manipulated and eroded in a bid to turn you more stupid than you actually are. And then on top of that, you're being surrounded by people who are constantly showing you the worst of themselves. Whether that be the perps who are constantly weaponizing everything that you do against you in order to make you feel bad, or whether that be people that you really, really love and care about who do not believe that you're being trafficked and tortured, to the health authorities that are lying, and they're lying, but because they have been turning around calling you mentally ill or using your mental illness or psychological injury in order to disprove your claims, that's another added level of frustration. On top of that, when you do have some sort of organ failure, it's usually too late to correct anything because it's engineered like that. On top of that, you can't enjoy anything anybody else enjoys. Like, you can't have a normal life because you're worried that if you end up with a partner, that you might end up being trafficked, or you might trafficked further, because there have been some horror stories with regards to targeted individuals who have been in relationships and they found they've been trafficked even worse, especially women. So there's that to consider. And it doesn't matter whether you're celibate or whether you're having sex, your sexuality and your body are used against you constantly. There are some of you who are subject to violence as well, being brutalized physically. There are plenty of targeted individuals who are beaten up. There are people with families who are being targeted, their children deformed, murdered. Some of them are murdered along with their children. When you're driving a car, people deliberately try to run you off the road to cause you an accident or to make you look unstable, like you shouldn't be on the road. Really think logically about all the things that you're going through and all the things that are building up over time. Are you really going to be shocked when you have bouts of anger going through all this shit? Are you really going to be surprised? Should you really be surprised? But the problem with having negative emotions is because those negative emotions are weaponized to torture us further, there's an added layer of shame that comes when a TI expresses their anger. I see it all the time on my social media, and I see it, you know, when other TIs talk about their experiences and they talk about, you know, how they've been let down by people and how people are just ignoring what's going on. Once again, the thing about this targeting shit is that it shows you the very worst of humanity in all its pettiness, in all its dishonesty, in all its delusion, in all its cowardice, in all its evil, in all its mindless hatred. Being a targeted individual is where you truly see the worst of human beings. So having all that on your back is not an easy thing to go through. Your emotions, I don't care what emotions you're going through as a targeted individual, you should not feel any shame in any way as to how you're feeling. If you feel angry, so be it. Sad, so be it. If you want revenge, so be it. If you don't want revenge and you just want a peaceful life and you just want to forget all of this happened, so be it. You are tortured in a way that most people aren't. And you need to know this, and you need to understand this, and you need to understand that you are not the problem, and you never were the problem. From time your name was put on a list that shouldn't have been there, you were never the issue. Now, there are certain behaviors in which we can engage in to help ourselves and to, you know, to help ourselves improve as people. There are plenty of things that we can do. But the reality of the situation is that we're not to blame for this. And it's like I said in another video, in a way, that kind of makes it worse. Because it's like you're seeing the worst part of humanity. That's something you never asked for, something you never wished for. And here it is in abundance, just raging hemorrhoids as far as the eye can see. Yeah, you didn't ask for any of it. And I was thinking today, like, things are so good. Things are so good in my life. Like, my readings are taking off. Like, you know, I'm finally connecting with people in my life. But the part of me that's frustrated realizes it's based on a lie. I haven't told any of these people about my targeting. And if I have, they don't believe me. It's based on a lie. Like, knowing that the good times in my life can only be based on lies is just... I don't even know what to say to that. I don't know what to... It's a lie. It's a lie. And it seems to be those are the only types of good times that people are comfortable with. As much as we talk about things getting better, when it comes to any injustice in this life, when it comes to Havana syndrome, or when it comes to gang stalking, or when it comes to racism, sexism, all that horrible stuff, you know, when it comes to wanting to solve those issues, you know, our higher minds can wish for that all day long, but the truth of the matter is there is just no competing with the constant manipulation of our reptilian brain. And our reptilian brain doesn't give two fucks about what's right. Our reptilian brain wants to eat, shit, and sleep, and do it in the most luxurious comfort imaginable. And not just physical comfort either, but emotional comfort. The comfort of feeling like we're right is more than the comfort or the clarity of actually being right. That's what matters most to all of us. That's why I don't see us getting justice. Again, think about this logically. Think about all of this logically. That's enough to make a person angry. That's enough to make a person sad. And it's like, you know, it's just traumatizing to go through every single fucking day of your life. And that's the reality that it's hit me with. And you know what the weird thing is? the weird thing is that I'm not angry with the people actually doing this to me. That's the weird part. Because I'm thinking, okay, they're hateful. They're just doing what hateful people do. Who cares? Do you know what I mean? They're just doing what evil people do. And like, nobody ever intends to give their heart to evil people, right? No one ever intends to give their heart to evil people, especially when them evil people are not related. So when I find myself being angry at my situation, the irony is that unless my stalkers have been like particularly obsessive, or that obsession has reached fever pitch, I don't even think about them, let alone talk about them. It's weird. But even in times where I am thinking about them and I'm going through this shit because the perps are being obsessive, even though honestly, I don't really care about them at this point. When the perps are being obsessive and when the perps are being like, you know, perps are being assholes as usual, when I get angry, I don't get angry at them. I get angry at the people that I love, the people that I've given my heart to, that I said, look, I'm being trafficked right now. I have evidence to back that up, years of research, the whole nine, and I haven't lied. I have not lied. I've given my heart to you. You don't seem to give two shits about the fact that I'm being trafficked. And let's be real. Most of us belong to families that we do not like. Let's be absolutely real. I don't care what social media is doing, okay? Most of us are in families that we don't like and who don't like us, but the love is ever present. The love is still there. And that's why you keep showing up, even though you know damn well you shouldn't show up for your family, especially when you're a targeted individual and the people that you give your heart to don't give a fuck enough to accept the truth. We don't like each other like that. Human beings do not like each other like that. And the sooner that we accept that, the better. But you still gave your heart. So when I go through this perp shit, it's weird that I'm not angry at the people actually torturing me, because they're going to fucking torture me. They're going to do what they do. And again, you're surrounded by the worst of humanity. If they don't care about what they're doing, why should I care about them? It's not like they give a damn about my feelings. So of course I'm not going to think about them. Of course I'm going to think about the people that I gave my heart to that I feel have let me down. And it's not a case of being ungrateful. It's not a case of being ungrateful for what they've done. It's not a case of not loving them. You do love them, but it's for that same reason why you find yourself being angry. It's just not good enough. People who you love and who might even love you, betraying you to your murderers. That's a huge thing. Betraying you to your murderers, betraying you to your traffickers. That is huge. Who are the perps really betraying by fucking coming after me every day? They're not betraying anybody. If anything, they're hurting the people that like them, that were stupid enough to like them. Those are the only people they're hurting. They're not hurting me like that. Not emotionally anyway. It's all physical and it's all mind games. And when it's all physical and all mind games, it's difficult to care about those people. Do you know what I mean? So what I was going to say is that given all of that, I lost my train of thought. Given all of that, if you're a targeted individual and you have feelings of anger and you have feelings of frustration and you have feelings, I don't care what they are, you have every right to them. And for the record, as a targeted individual, I'm taking life as easy as possible. There's no way in hell. I'm not fucking working hard just so that I can say to somebody else, oh yeah, I'm doing this. No, bitch. No, I've been through enough in my life. Easy street for the rest of my fucking life. That's another thing that I'm going to say that you should have the right to have. As a TI, I understand that you need to take responsibility for your health. You need to take responsibility for your safety. But if you want an easy life, fucking take it. Because God knows your torturers ain't going to give it to you. So you should have permission to be angry. You should have permission to feel vulnerable, to have a lazy day, to have a day under the duvet. You have every right to have that. Take it where you can. Be kind to yourself, because you are literally all you have. Well, actually, that's not true. You've got me as another TI. But yeah, that's what I came on here to say. I came on here to say that however you're feeling, you have every right to feel it. Especially if you're doing good in your life and you know that good is based on a lie. I want to be happy, but like I want it to be real. I don't want it to be fake. I don't want it to be at the expense of denying what's happening to me, because if it's at the expense of denying what's happening to me, then not only does it mean that my problems don't get solved, it means that there are other innocent people. I'm not innocent, but that means there are genuine good people in this world that don't have what they're supposed to have. And we're supposed to be better than that, remember? So if you feel bad about anything that's going on, if you've just straight up lost your faith in humanity, don't judge yourself for it. If you're angry, don't judge yourself for it. If you have a bad moment, let it go. You have every right to feel that. I don't know if it got the message across or if I was talking about myself way too much again, but again, this comes from a place of the only reason I'm fucking making this live is because I want somebody else to feel less alone. I want TIs to feel less alone. I want you guys to feel like you are understood, because you are, even if it is by other TIs. So anyway, I gotta go. I love you guys. Listen, I don't care if I know you or not. I love you targeted individuals so fucking much. So much. I don't care if I know you or not. I love you. Okay, and that's as real as it gets. So you guys take care of yourselves. Peace and blessings. I've got to get to this Christmas week readings and stuff. I still haven't done them yet. There's so much gaps. I've done the daily readings for today. I've done the weekly readings for tomorrow onwards. So yeah, I've been busy. I've got an appointment with my psychiatrist on Monday. I'll let you guys know how that goes. I don't know if the topic of conversation when it comes to gang stalking will come up, but we'll see what happens. Okay? So I love you guys so much. From right in here, I love you guys. Bye-bye.